Well, if my hands are any indicator, that is the vehicle speed sensor. It goes on the back of the truck, and that's getting an ABS light. Looks like the pinion seal is leaking, and I think there's an O-ring on this. I'm going to give that a shot of cleaning it up with some brake cleaner and see if it'll work. Otherwise, it's getting replaced. All right, the batteries have been charging for a couple days. As Derek at Vice Grip Garage says, they've been put on boil. I think we're going to be in good shape, but the voltage on this Harper Freight charger keeps jumping up and down whenever I cycle it. So these may be damaged. They are 724, but yeah, we'll see if it works. All right, we are back in Oakridge, and we are going to be working on the last of the RV bits today. The last round was a little bit of a fail. We had dead batteries. Our batteries are now hopefully charged. What do you think? Good odds?
Well, proof is in the pudding.
My name is Mac. This is Steve. We're out volunteering today with Friends of Fall Creek Watershed. It is a nonprofit that we helped found to clean up our public lands. And well, these RVs are not necessarily in our public lands, but they are in the city of Oakridge, and the city of Oakridge is surrounded by forest, which inevitably means that they would probably end up right where we don't want them to be. So this is a preemptive cleaning.
Yeah, well, and we're also developing a relationship with the city of Oakridge because, like we said, that a lot of the trash that we deal with comes from here. So if we're able to help the city lower their costs and deal with abandoned vehicles, they'll impound them much quicker than they would if they didn't have a solution.
Right. So this is a preemptive cleaning.
Yep. Yeah, that's good. Now straighten it out. Watch your mirror. Yep, straight back. Yeah. Yep, hold it right there.
Improvising?
No, just getting the tires in the pile.
Oh, did you happen to notice the voltage when you were Got that trash bag out?
I'm getting it.
I think this is a brilliant idea, other than it's way too damn heavy.
Yeah.
Am I in the right spot? All right, so this is, have you figured out how many days you've been working on this?
2 weeks. You've been working every day. This is probably day 14.
And a grand total of what, 4 RVs?
Yep.
And in addition to that, though, it wasn't just RVs. You also did a little bit of work on getting our endemic spot up on Salmon Creek tank trapped and all that.
Yep. Well, I wasn't even counting that.
But it was part of that 14 days, right?
Yep. Well, the ramps work nice.
Slatty. So tell people about what the ramps are. Nice big chunk of UMHW.
Ultra high molecular weight plastic on pickets and inch and an inch plywood that fit into our wheel ramp. And we're going to need to use the steering.
Stop. You saying stop?
Well, it might steer itself.
Looks good on this side. We're dead dragging the other side.
Yep.
We're about ready to make contact with the top of the ramp with the frame. But that might work in our favor or might not. As long as you don't hit anything bad. We're about ready to, we're not doing good over on this side.
Yeah, I think we need to steer it the other direction.
If we back it off, is it gonna, no, we did all right there.
Yep.
Amazing what happens when the batteries are charged.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, sort of crazy thoughts, but so if I just switch it over here, you think it'll be fine?
Yeah, I think so.
You're no fun.
I just got access to this. I had to cut it open.
Oh. Looks like we are off the ground a little bit on the back. And it looks like the back could be shoved that way, so I think...
Nice. Get the jack out.
Let's see, that's lined up enough?
Yep.
Bring it in more, or are you still cleaning?
I just need a second.
One potato.
Trying to get a chunk of carpet out.
So we want this blown up section of tire. That can go out. Let's leave that alone. Nice chunk of copper wire in there. Yeah, nice piece of copper wire right there. You may want to separate.
Oh, show you my new toy.
Nice.
Don't cut steel with it.
Was that the beep from this?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought the camera turned off. Probably not a good spot to be, but I got my seatbelt on, I'll be fine. Found all the clothespins.
Yeah, this was a really interesting
Mess.
story. Person's entire life is in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like I said, every one of these tells a different story, so
Yeah.
this one, like, what did you find?
Well, there was some hoarding going on, but, you know, pictures, kids, school stuff, a whole, you know, looks like they moved out of a house.
Right, and into a van.
Yep.
So, mother, father, kids,
Looked like single parents.
a single parent. You can usually tell single mother, single father.
Couldn't tell. And there wasn't like a ton of lingerie or anything.
Or women's feminine products or lipstick or anything, so probably single father. Because probably they were just dealt the wrong hand.
Yeah. There were a whole bunch of Magic the Gathering cards.
Kids.
Well, maybe.
Where'd you put your rake?
Over here. I don't think we're ready for raking yet, but
I was gonna consolidate the file here in the back.
we're going to bring in the super sucker, so only pick up things that won't.
Right, but speaking of family,
Yeah.
it's such a shame when you throw away all these pictures. I do. I could even give you your own if you want it.
Yeah, I know.
I pass to you the power and the responsibility.
Sliding off back here.
Again?
Yep. It's going that way, but we'll see what happens here.
Gonna give it a butt push.
I might just be able to.
With your super slidey UMHW?
Yeah. It's not really coming off, so.
Am I doing something or?
Yeah, give it a jack.
I don't think I'm doing much. So just pull it off of that. Do it again. You just slid off the UMHW.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of room here, unless I have. That's it for the.
We'll have to go over here.
Well, what I need is something under the. You got one of the tires,
I got a block over here.
or just something, even the generator.
Yep.
But you know what the funny thing about the wilderness is?
Yeah.
The wilderness will provide. And how many of these have you destroyed now? 2?
Jacks?
Yeah.
I didn't destroy them. I temporarily took them out of service.
You bent them in half. It's gonna come this way. It's gonna come this way 2 feet. You can call that whatever you want. I call that bending in half. Okay, you're gonna want to encourage that to come on over. However you want to encourage that to come over. Oh, am I hooked right there?
Well, you're not anymore. Can you tip? Okay, that is at least on the UHMW. It's not supported, but if we reset and move it again.
Why don't you use your superior mast?
Sure your mass with a busted shoulder, but
Well, I didn't say the shoulder, just the superior mass. Lean into it.
my superior ass is what you're saying.
I'm trying. This is a family-friendly show.
Try to. Actually, okay. Out of it.
Here, why don't you try a hammer? You're really on it now. That UMHW does work good.
Yep.
I like my new toy.
Let's reset and move it once more.
Reset it to the other side?
No, we can just
I think just go for it. Oh, you're talking about move the jack one more time.
Yeah.
You want to push it?
As we pull it up, it's got to come back. Let's overcorrect it.
I think you're fine. What'd you do? Wanna, or something magnetic?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a big magnet.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's metal, so I'm leaving it in there. That's stuck. I threw it at the cab, and it latched onto the seat thing. Ah, is this the domino we were missing?
We can bring it forward an inch or two, I think, to get the ramps out.
All right. Do we have an inch or two?
Well, we do, but we're gonna have to re-rig.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just back up really fast.
Yeah. You do your you did that the other day and neglected to let me get any of that on camera. This is where contortionist Mac has to figure out how to solve your problems.
Yep.
You want to take that?
Sure.
Oh, that roof is missing quite a bit of insulation.
Yeah.
I clearly see where we could, I mean...
Oh yeah, we could get over. We could set up a crane in here, maybe.
Yes. And now you're thinking what I'm thinking. There is potential here. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So how do we want to...
Take the front bumper off? Or just find something to maybe squish it forward with.
Yeah.
How about a wiper? Because I mean, like,
I'm gonna drop the bed.
how strong do you think a wiper is? I mean, how bad could it be, right? It'll work or it won't. All right, pull it in.
Oh. There.
Yeah? I found a new way to take wiper stalks off. I was just looking at a puller the other day, wondering if I should use it. Get one. Now I know I can just do it with my winch. It's always good when you find out these new things. So what exactly am I winching to?
We could just loop around the cab.
All right, well, grab your strap or something.
I only see the ratchet down straps.
Could go to these mirrors. In fact, I could just go straight to one of these mirrors. We could see if that'll do it.
Okay.
Which side do you want to go, left or right?
Shouldn't matter.
I'm thinking this side. This will either work as good as the windshield.
Pull the mirror off, but I'm gonna drop the bed.
Don't. Let's get this all the way up because it's at a better angle.
Oh yeah, but then we're dragging this thing uphill.
It only has to go a little bit.
Okay.
Just try it.
So you want to go up?
I want you to go in with the winch. It's just leave it where it is. Just
Okay.
pull it in.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want to make it any worse of an angle than. Yep, try it. Okay, no, that doesn't work either. I've found a good way to remove the mirrors.
I think we can just loop around the cab. It's not sharp.
With the rope?
Yeah.
Then we got to get all that rope out.
Yeah. Just free spool it.
Not sharp. Can't hold on to the mirror anymore. Somebody knocked it off the side of the car.
Yeah.
There we go.
You're gonna have to keep pulling anyway.
I know, but I was hoping that with your help, I can get over to the other side, and I can always pull off the drum.
Pull straight.
That's good. Just...
Oh, I would loop it to itself, but
Okay, pull it in.
okay. So make sure it's not up against anything sharp. I think it is. Ready?
You're gonna fold the sides in first. There's the 2 inches. Keep going.
Oh, keep going.
Nope, that's it. You're off your ramps.
Yep.
You're still off the ramps. Glad you measured to make sure this fit.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was a lot easier than the other day. Now what?
Slack it, pull the rope off, and we'll try to load the other thing on top, I guess. We might want to cut that piece of aluminum off the top, because I think it will just flop off anyway.
No, I don't want to dent the hood.
Oh, yeah. And then we could put the rope.
Have you seen how many screws are in this thing?
Yeah, no, we cut it.
Well,
then maybe it's good.
you want to hand me my little green hammer, and I'll see if I can just hammer the screws down. You know what I mean?
Well, if you think it's stable, I'm okay with that.
It's as stable as you are.
Well, then how can you get much more stable than that?
Oh, says the guy who spent 14 days solo.
Are we going to be able to run the rope over the top?
Oh, for the other one?
Yeah.
No, I think we're just gonna cut it up and throw it in there.
Oh.
Although there is the small measure of the axle.
Yeah.
But what we could do is figure out a way to fly. Get a strap over that. Use that to go up.
Yeah, we don't have the ladder to get up there, though.
No, but I could climb up that and over it.
Monkey boy, it's up to you.
Because if we did that, right, we went up and onto that and down and onto there, or we just cut up as much of this as we can.
Yep.
Um,
Well, we have enough other scrap that it might make sense to put this on its own trip and just cut the tail off.
True. Or just cut I mean, we could get almost all of this.
No way we're lifting that. That's a drive axle.
No.
And this is almost perfectly balanced the way it is now. Watch.
Yeah, it only needs a 80-pound counterweight, and so you thinking we do this later and we just drag it on rather than cut it up?
Well, it should be a pretty easy drag. I think we can get, we'd have to cut the exhaust off, but I think we can get the trailer. Well, no, I don't know if we could or not. we might need to cut the tail off a little bit more to get this to come up more.
I mean, if we cut a bunch of chunks off of this and load it up, then that's that much less. This is easy because, I mean, well, no, that is welded, but I mean, it's still...
Yeah, no, but I cut this fairly easily.
Right.
So we could cut this here. This will drop a little further, make it easier to get on the trailer.
We could cut it literally to the springs.
Yeah.
If we wanted to. Got this whole pile here. This is not in convenient bite-sized chunks.
No, we'll drive over for those.
All right, where do you want this contraption? In the back of the truck?
Think you can get it further disassembled? Really only want the copper. Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
I mean, that's all something.
Yep.
What do you, just that?
Well, no, that and that, stator and the rotor.
Okay, well, that's all torque screws. So that's a completely, oh,
Okay.
wait. Did I bring my Torx? I might have brought Torx. Get out the big toys. Subscribe, folks. Like, comment, join, donate. Thanks for watching. All that good stuff. I brought new toys. Energy stick. $230. Wonderful. Let me hang on to those. Those look pretty handy. And this one? Or is that potted in? Or it's weird how it's stuck in there. I would have figured. I mean, that's in there. There you go. Well, they could be tucked here.
Yeah, and we just unload it at your place.
Can we do that?
Sure. I am going to cut handles on the sides once
I would do it with rope. Will they slide that way, or do they have bolts sticking down?
there are bolts.
You want, well, I would think you want that, not the UMH.
Yeah, well,
I would think that they're less likely to go somewhere.
yeah.
Well, this is exactly how yesterday should have gone.
Yep.
All for the love of charged batteries. On the ramps? Or are we going all the way up?
Going all the way up. So, you want to reset?
I could roll it. On the ramps? Or are we going all the way up?
Going all the way up. So, you want to reset? Roll it. Okay.
Bounce it and then get a new grip.
Yep.
Is there anything to bounce to? How do you dress the tail of the strap?
Yeah.
That one's hooked.
Yep.
Little Steve in there. All right, so we got 1 1/4 RVs.
Yep, well, the one whole chassis, although the end has been cut off, but that's also loaded on there. And some miscellaneous metal left over from the other 3. And the generator body, and let's see what else.
All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, half the frame from the RV, the Class A.
So we're stashing it at my place tonight, and then tomorrow you're running into Staton.
Yep.
And then you're going to go back for the missing chunk.
Yep, the rear axle and frame of the big guy.
And you've realistically got a load of tires, maybe of the aluminum.
Yep.
And then you've probably got a round of super sucker cleaning everything up.
Yep.
And then we're done with that. And what's next?
Next, we have the 3-year-old trailer up 2106.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Which will need, that'll be a 4-wheeling job to get to.
Yeah.
There's supposedly one up Dolly Varden up 18. There are 7 abandoned vehicles in the Cottage Grove Ranger District, but their grant is on hold to have us do those. We might talk them into letting us just go get them for free and bill them later for the tows. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Cost of the scrap might at least break us even.
Pay for the gas.
Yeah.
And then we've got some scouting to do.
Lots of scouting to do.
Yes.
Because there is trash out there. All right. Well, you'll see us soon.